temporarily from the Hoosier State in Indianapolis, Indiana. This is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Saturday, April 23rd, 2016. Silver is trading at $16.96 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,232 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $448. Antiwar.com reports for a long time in the U.S. air war against the Islamic State, the Pentagon was blanketly denying all civilian deaths in their attacks, after conceding to only 21 over the course of the entire war up to September of last year. On Friday, the Central Command confirmed another 20 killed since then. This is, of course, a massive undercount, with rights groups reporting nearly 500 civilians killed in U.S. strikes just through August of last year, and more happening all the time. Conspicuously, the new report did not include any of the civilians killed in a pair of attacks targeting physical cache in Mosul, even though the Pentagon had previously confirmed an undisclosed number of killings in those cases. Even more galling, CENTCOM spokesman Colonel Patrick Ryder presented the increasing number of civilians being killed by American warplanes as proof of how cowardly the Islamic State is, even though it is well documented that the Pentagon has repeatedly loosened the rules of engagement to allow them to deliberately attack areas they know civilians to be present in. In most cases, the Pentagon has unilaterally dismissed reports of civilian casualties in airstrikes as not credible, even in cases when those reports were documented by human rights groups and included corroboration from multiple sources. For nearly 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals like gold and silver. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and have permanently removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. UPI reports federal authorities are trying to track down 500 pounds of commercial-grade fireworks that agents believe were taken off a freight train somewhere in the Midwest. The U.S. Department of Justice announced the missing fireworks on Friday, which were apparently removed from a CSX train that was traveling from Chicago to Detroit. By the time the train arrived in Detroit, rail officials noticed that half of its shipment of fireworks was gone. Authorities are conducting searches in 3 states, Illinois, Ohio, and Michigan, where the train stopped during its trip. Federal agents say it's the quantity stolen that makes them extremely dangerous. Officials said they believe 32 cases were stolen in all, which indicates several people were likely involved in the theft. The shells that carry the commercial-grade fireworks measure between 2.5 to 5 inches in length, according to officials, and are the type typically used by governments for large holiday celebrations like the 4th of July. Investigators said they are concerned the explosive material could fall into the wrong hands due to the substantial amount taken. The Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives is expected to issue an advisory for the missing material and possibly a reward in the coming days. Officials aren't yet sure about a motive, but said terrorism is unlikely. You can support FPP Radio by joining the Fans program. Fans are friends, allies, and Numery supporters. Fans help FPP afford to produce more original content. You can join the Fans program for as little as $3 per month through Patreon and get perks like ad-free versions of FPP Radio News and Peace, Love, Liberty Radio. To learn more or to join the Fans program, visit fans.fppradio.com. That's fans.fppradio.com. Reuters reports at least 8 people believed to be members of the same family were found shot to death execution-style in 4 homes in Pike County, Ohio, and a suspect or suspects may still be at large, according to officials on Friday. The victims included 7 adults and 1 juvenile, all shot in the head, according to Pike County Sheriff and the Ohio Attorney General at a news conference. There had been earlier reports that 5 adults and 2 juveniles had been found dead. Pike County Sheriff Charles Reeder said, "We have many horrific crime scenes. An infant less than a week old, a 6-month-old, and a 3-year-old survived the shootings, according to officials." Reeder said anyone involved in the shooting should be considered armed and extremely dangerous. As of this recording, no arrests have been made. Some of the victims appeared to have been murdered in bed, including the mother of the infant who survived, according to Attorney General Mike DeWine. He said none of the deaths had resulted from suicide. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.